Good morning, children. So, shall we continue with our second chapter? So, today, children, will start with concept 2.2, that is latitudes and longitudes. I hope you have heard the concept of latitude and longitude earlier. Even if not, I'll explain it to you. You please pay attention. So, children, for this, you please take out your textbook, okay, and take out page number 13. So children, all of you take out page number 13. Turn to page number 13, concept 2.2. We'll be doing latitudes and longitudes. So children, I hope you all are ready with your workbook. And as I'm explaining in the video, you please take the book in front of you and you go through it. As I'll be explaining, I'll be telling you to turn in the pages. You do along with me. So children, we shall start with concept 2.2, which is latitudes and longitudes. So children, here you can see a picture of a person is shown. Okay, the picture is shown of a person, and he is, who is he? He is a person who is under the ocean. Okay, he is under the ocean, and what is doing here is, he is none other, he is an oceanographer. And what is the function of an oceanographer? What does it? An oceanographer studies the ocean. Okay, so it's very exciting to go under the oceans to study. And what does he study? Children, he studies the plants inside, which are inside the oceans, and then also he studies about animal life under the sea. An oceanographer also studies the movement of ocean water. So many things he has to study. They even get to dive into the ocean in special vehicles. So who is an oceanographer? Here a question is there. Can you guess what an oceanographer studies? 4 options are given: the stars and planets, lakes and rivers, the oceans, rain and snow. So what is the correct answer? The correct answer is the oceans. So we'll then continue with the next topic, which is about the 4 main directions. So children, what are the 4 main directions? There are 4 main directions: north, south, east and west. Towards the top is the north, towards the bottom is the south, towards the right is the east, and towards the west is towards our left is west. Top, north, down, south, towards our right is east, and towards our left is west. So here children, we can see here what it's written here. The North Pole is the point at the top of the earth. So here we'll study in context with our earth. So the North Pole is the point at the top of the earth. The South Pole is the point at the bottom of the earth. So north is the direction towards North Pole and south is the direction towards South Pole. Now our earth, towards the north it has the North Pole, and towards the south it has the South Pole. So what is the North Pole is in the northern direction and South Pole is in the south direction. The axis of the earth passes through these poles. Based on these points, we can draw imaginary vertical and horizontal lines around the earth. These lines are placed at regular intervals. They are called latitudes and longitudes. They are measured in degrees. Example, 1 degree north. So children, today we will study about latitudes and longitudes. And what are latitudes and longitudes? Some imaginary lines, okay children, are drawn through the earth. And what are these imaginary lines called? These are not real lines. These are just lines drawn because it helps human beings in many ways. They are just imaginary lines. They are drawn. The human minds have imagined and they are drawn. They are not really present on the surface of the earth. So these lines are called, what are these lines called? Latitudes and longitudes. Now latitudes are these lines, the vertical lines. The lines which are drawn in this way are called latitudes, and longitudes are the lines which are drawn in this way. Okay, on the surface of the earth, these are called longitudes. So here you can see the latitudes and longitudes. The shape is totally different, children. And here latitudes and longitudes are measured in degrees. Okay, they are measured in degrees. We can see here it's given they are measured in degrees. Example, 1 degree north. They are measured in degrees also, and always you'll have to write direction. Whether north, south, east, west, in which direction they are, you'll have to write. So children, what is given about latitudes? It's given latitudes are imaginary horizontal lines. What are horizontal lines? Horizontal lines are these lines, okay? These lines are horizontal lines. Those which are not straight line but slanting lines are horizontal lines. These lines in this way which is drawn. Latitudes are imaginary horizontal lines around the earth running from east to west. So these lines, children, they run from, this is the east direction and this is the west direction, and these lines run from east to west. Okay, they are drawn from east to west around the earth. Okay, so these lines, they go from east to west. So clear children, latitudes, these lines are latitudes and they are drawn from east to west. Can you see the picture? Yes, very clearly it's shown. Then we come to longitudes. What are longitudes? Longitudes is given. Longitudes are imaginary vertical lines connecting the North Pole to the South Pole. So what are vertical lines? Vertical lines are these lines. Okay, straight lines. Now longitudes are vertical lines. Latitudes were horizontal lines, where longitudes are vertical lines. Now what are vertical lines? Vertical lines are straight lines, okay, which connects the North Pole and the South Pole. At the top of the earth we have the North Pole, and at the bottom of the earth we have the South Pole. And these longitude imaginary lines, remember children, these are imaginary lines, they connect the North Pole and the South Pole. Okay children, they connect the North Pole. They are drawn from north to south and they connect the North Pole and the South Pole. Okay children, so latitudes are imaginary horizontal lines around the earth running from east to west, and longitudes are imaginary vertical lines. They connect the North Pole to the South Pole. Then we come to the next topic, which is the equator is the imaginary line that divides the earth into two horizontal halves. They are called the northern and the southern hemisphere. Now children, in this you can see there is an equator. Okay, this is the equator. You can see here it's given equator. Now this equator, in this picture it's not shown, but the equator is just this picture is actually a bit taken from above. Okay, if it's taken from the front, then you will see that the equator is drawn from west to east, and it's a latitude, okay, and it runs through the center of the earth, and it divides the earth into the northern hemisphere, northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. Okay, now the equator is the latitude which runs through the middle of the earth, totally from the middle of the earth. Okay, and it divides the earth into two equal halves. The upper half, which is towards the north pole, is called the northern hemisphere, and the lower half, which lies towards the south pole, is the southern hemisphere. This is the northern hemisphere because it lies towards the North Pole, north direction, and southern hemisphere because it lies towards the South Pole. Here the South Pole is there. Okay, so I hope it's clear. Then we come, what are longitudes? The prime meridian and 180-degree meridian are imaginary lines that divides the earth into two vertical halves. They are called the eastern and the western hemisphere. Children, as we have seen, the equator is there, okay, which divides the earth into, the equator is latitude, and this latitude divides the earth into two equal halves, that is the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. Similarly children, we have a longitude also. Okay children, a longitude which runs vertically from top to bottom. Once more I'll try to draw a puff which joins the North Pole and the South Pole, and it's a total vertical line, and this line divides the earth into the eastern hemisphere because this side it lies towards the eastern side, and this line again divides the earth into the western hemisphere. So here equator divides the earth into the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere, and here the prime meridian. Okay, what is the name of the longitude? The name of the longitude is prime meridian or 180-degree meridian. It is the prime meridian is 0 degree, and 180 degree it lies opposite to the prime meridian, okay, to the other side. So children, here it divides the earth into the eastern hemisphere and the western hemisphere. Okay children, I hope it's clear to you. Then next we have latitudes and longitudes. What is the next concept? Latitudes are used to study the different climatic zones. Okay, so latitudes, you will come to know what are climatic zones, and longitudes help us to know the different time zones. Now children, the world, all the earth is divided into climate. Okay, like very cold climate, very hot climate. So depending on the climate, there are many climatic zones, and latitudes help to study the different climatic zones. And what are time zones? Time zones are various depending on the various times of the various countries, various places of the earth is divided into time zones. Okay, when you'll go to higher classes, you'll study more about the climatic zones and time zones. So longitudes help us to study, to know about the different time zones. Okay children, I hope it's clear to you about latitudes and longitudes. Then children, we'll study about coordinates. What are coordinates? But remember one thing, latitudes are horizontal lines and longitudes are vertical lines. One important latitude is equator, which divides the earth into the northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere, and its measurement is 0 degree. Then longitudes, longitudes are vertical lines. One important longitude is the prime meridian. Its measurement is 0 degree, and opposite to the prime meridian on the other side of the earth is the 180 degree meridian. Now both these meridians, these longitudes, okay, their longitude, they divide the earth into the eastern hemisphere and the western hemisphere. Now children, one more concept is there, which is coordinates. Now what is a coordinate? Every place is situated on a latitude and longitude. Remember children, every place on the earth has a latitude and also longitude, because the earth is divided into latitude and longitude. Though they are imaginary lines, but each and every place on earth has a latitude and longitude. And this is the coordinates of a place mark the point where a latitude and a longitude cross one another. So suppose this is the place and a latitude is crossing in this way and a longitude and is crossing in this way. So this is the coordinate of the place. Okay, once more I'll try to explain. Suppose this is a latitude, suppose children, this is a place, okay, and here on the surface of the earth, and here the latitude crosses and the longitude crosses, and the point where they cross, okay, this is called the coordinate of a place. The place where the latitude and longitude meet, that is called the coordinate of a place. Okay, so what is the coordinate of a place? The coordinate of a place marks the point where a latitude and the longitude cross one another. The point where the latitude and the longitude cross, this point is called the coordinate of a place. This can be used to locate any place on the earth. Even the place where you are at this very moment has exact coordinates. So example, here it's given, one very good example it's given, 27.1750 degree north and 78.0419 degree East are the coordinates of the Taj Mahal in Agra. If anyone tells that find the coordinates of Taj Mahal, then you'll have to find the latitude and longitude where it has crossed the Taj Mahal. And here you can find this is the latitude and this is the longitude. And these are the two measurements. And the Taj Mahal is situated on the point where this latitude and longitude has crossed each other. If we look for these coordinates on the internet, it will direct you to Taj Mahal. So I hope children it's clear to you. So children, we'll stop till here. In the next class, we'll continue with our continents and oceans. Okay children, in the next class we'll study about the continents and oceans. But before we go to continents and oceans, I'll again take a recap of what we have studied about the concept of today. So till then children, take care of yourself and have a good day. Okay, meet you in next week in the next class. Okay, bye bye.